This is what you will need to make an inexpensive pin-registered negative carrier. 2 pieces of glass cut at your local glass supply store, 2 1/4-inch registration pins, a double 1/4-inch registration punch, some white diffusion or even white plain paper, double-sided tape, black construction paper, bookbinding tape, red lithographer's tape, and some scrap film and negative to use as the leaders. So these carriers are perfect for making and printing unsharp masks, contrast reduction masks, inkjet dodge masks, and hand shaded masks. And what it does is it keeps things aligned with the pins and just makes everything easy and repeatable. Step 1, measure your enlarger negative stage. To do this, insert your largest negative into the carrier and put a piece of paper or the diffusion material above it. Remove the lens board and retract the bellows all the way up. Trace the outside and inside of the negative stage. This will give you the dimensions you need for the glass and where you need to actually place the registration pins. Step 2, have 2 pieces of glass cut at your local glass supply store and also have them polish the edges. Use the template from step 1 to determine the size of glass you need. For the bottom piece, add 1 inch to the depth, and for the top piece, make it so it just covers the negative and overlaps a little bit by maybe 1/4 inch or so. Step 3, place the bottom glass on the drawn template from step 1, being careful to align the back and the sides. Punch the 5-inch side of a piece of 4x5 scrap film in the middle with a hole punch. Then cut the punch film into a 1-inch leader. Butt this up against a piece of 4x5 film and tape it together with the lithography tape. Step 4, put 2-sided tape on the bottom of your registration pins. Put the pins into your leader with the film attached. Align the negative on the glass over the template so that the negative will be perfectly aligned. Press the pins down and straight as you can get them. Trim the excess tape off with a blade to make it nice and pretty. Step 5, place the top piece of glass aligned with the top edge of the bottom glass. Make sure it just covers the full negative but does not rest on the registration pins. Hinge tape the front and back of the 2 pieces of glass together. Step 6, punch and cut a piece of diffusion material for between your negative and masks. Cut and punch 2 pieces of black construction paper, 1 to mask off your negative area and 1 for below the negative when you're making like unsharp masks or contrast reduction masks. Step 7, to prevent light leaks from the sides of the glass, I cut a piece of black craft foam and just wrap it around the negative stage using 2 just pieces of gaffer's tape. Alternatively, you could wrap the edges of the glass with the black bookbinding tape. Just make sure it sits flush and flattens the mask and negative together. Or you could also try painting the edges with like black paint or something opaque. I have tried neither of the latter 2 and have always just used the black foam. And for me, it had worked great. Step 8, experiment with some different masks and also experience perfectly flat film. And finally, make yourself a badass print. Till next time.